Hi guys. This Sans Movie Review channel. There is a small country of South Africa called Limpopo. There are deserted grasslands and towering rocks. This terrain becomes an entertainment world for animals. On this land, all kinds of wild beasts crawled everywhere. Crocodiles, cheetahs and very aggressive African elephants. Hundreds of people are killed every year. Of course, except for the threat from the animal world. Limpopo is still a country with extreme water shortages. It is sweltering and hot all year round. Extremely unsuitable for human habitation. What's more unbelievable is, there is only one source of water, formed a natural hunting ground. It is inevitable that all kinds of beasts will fight each other. Today there are two challengers going to challenge this wild land. The male challenger is named Ryan. This buddy looks like a tiger. Also looks a lot like fighting Russians. Ryan is a professional field survival instructor. Not only doing the job of guiding survival, he usually likes to hone his skills. Especially good at drilling wood for fire and hunting. It is said that even bears dare not come to provoke him. Ryan relies on 20 years of field survival experience and solid hunting skills. Let him become a master in the field of survival in the wilderness. So the expert gave him an initial score of 8.1 points. The other is a female challenger called Sherman. This young and beautiful girl has a small farm. Obviously the daughter of a local tyrant. But don't look like she doesn't look like a hard-working person. She often lived outdoors when she was young. This laid a solid foundation for her to survive in the wild. She have moved many times before. Let her stay awake in all kinds of chaotic environments. But she has lived a prosperous life for a long time. Makes experts wonder whether she still bears hardships and stand hard work like a young girl. So her initial score of 6.3, led by a familiar pickup truck. The two challengers arrived at the starting point. After taking off his clothes skillfully, a 21-day challenging journey in the wilds of Africa will officially debut. But Ryan took off his clothes and walked for a while. When he turned my head, he saw the helmeted snake that is unique to Africa. Its venom can quickly cause shock and necrosis. What's more terrifying is, there is no anti-venom serum in the world. If you are bitten, you will definitely die. However, in Ryan's eyes, is a moving protein. Ryan, sure enough, successfully subdued the opponent with only a small wooden stick. Really bold. After installing the snake, prepared to meet his partner with the meeting ceremony. In a short while he saw the girl who made the man go lemon high. After a simple greeting between the two, Ryan handed his trophy. This makes Sherman very happy. Followed by, Ryan received the familiar mountain knife. Sherman took out a net. There is also a boiling water pot. Except for the lighter. Basically the equipment is complete. It should be that the program team is full of confidence in Ryan's fire-making skills. Look, Ryan almost patted his chest and said, "Don't worry, light the fire on me." Then the two opened the map and took a look. Then quickly determined the direction to encamp. At first the two talked to each other along the way. It looks like it's easy, and it does matter. But soon they can't laugh anymore. Walking on the scorching grassland. The hot sun made the two look like roast pigs. In this endless bush, there is no place to shade. This makes the two dry mouths very soon, and it's really uncomfortable. So they rushed to find their destination. But barefoot walking on the sand that was hot by the sun. It's like jumping through fire. It's too difficult for two challengers. Suddenly, Ryan saw a big tree in front of him. So he pulled off a piece of bark. So he made a pair of shoes for them. With this special leather shoe, the journey with shoe is much easier. However, they did not go far. They almost ran into the legendary African elephant. Scared, their heads buzzing. They really scared that the elephant is upset and rushes over. Fortunately, there is no danger. Maybe this elephant is inherently shy. It saw the two people naked, then quickly covered its eyes and ran away. In this way they came to the camp without knowing it. It is close to the water source and the terrain is higher. Can effectively avoid the invasion of beasts. Ryan will start his performance soon. Prepare bricks and woods for fire. Experience tells him, survive in this wild land. Fire is the top priority. However, Sherman is no longer in the state at this time. She's sitting on the rock. Looks exhausted. And Ryan on the other side is ready to start the real performance. He rubbing the stick with his hands. The flames are born miraculously. Deserving of an 8-point master. It's almost more efficient than a lighter. Sherman, who was stunned. Experience tells them again. Even with an open flame, it is not enough to sit back and relax. So the two found a lot of wood and thorns. Enclosed the camp like a besieged city against beasts. It came to the night without knowing it. The sun goes down. The river attracted various beasts to gather. All kinds of ghost roars are constantly coming from the surroundings. They were so scared that they didn't dare to close their eyes. It's so hard to get through till dawn. Early morning. They went around the camp curiously. This look scared them only to have a cold back. Not only did they see fresh elephant dung, footprints left by cheetahs, they also saw various animal remains. It turned out that all the beasts ran around their camp last night. So after the two returned to the camp, hurry up to chop more thorns to strengthen the wall. They didn't close their eyes because they was frightened last night. Sherman is already tired at this time. Looks even more out of state. She doesn't bother to move even as she does. Not to mention looking for food. Fortunately, Ryan is in good condition at this time. He comforted Sherman and said, he has an ancestral way to prevent the invasion of beasts. So he sprinkled a wave of uric acid around the camp. According to him, the taste of this wave of colon hormone, enough to make the beast believe that he is not easy to mess with. Tarzan. Soon came the next night. Sun has left. Various demons and ghosts began outside the camp. There are roaring ghosts everywhere. Thinking of the footprints around the camp, Sherman is more panicked. She kept looking around. She afraid that a beast will suddenly come over. Just like that, they opened their eyes and survived the second night in horror. Not to mention a good night's sleep. Time comes to the third day. Sherman is even more out of shape. Her eyes dull. The eye frame has been deeply concaved. This is only the third day. She's already like a dead person. And just want to lie down, and don't want to move. However, Ryan at this time still in good condition. To help Sherman, decided to go out hunting alone. Before setting off, he decided to make a bow and arrow. Soon a bow and arrow that looked pretty good came out. Ryan is really a master. So Ryan proudly picked up the bow and arrow and set off. He follows the footsteps. Soon he found a wild boar on the side of the river. But the wild boar raised his head and looked at Ryan. Just keep bowing and arching. Seems to be laughing at Ryan. Ryan left in anguish as he understand the pig's meaning. Since the big one can't beat, just find the little ones to bully. Soon he found the burr on the tree ahead. So draw the bow and aim. Swish! Arrows falling, but with nothing. But the real master must have his reasons. He said it was just a little bit. Really just a little bit short of it. Okay, believe it or not. I believe it anyway. Then the performance of the master never disappoints the audience. The sword hit the tree full of figs. So Ryan climbed up and picked a bunch. Sherman on the side of the camp at this time. The situation still hasn't improved. Even if she eat Ryan's fairy fruit, it won't help. Soon it was the third night. Those monsters are here to scare them again. Those ghosts roar. Made Sherman even more collapsed. She kept yelling, I don't want to die here, I don't want to die here. Finally got to the fourth day. However, Sherman has completely collapsed. Although she is very unwilling, but still take the initiative in the early morning of the fourth day. Contact the program group and voluntarily withdrew from this challenge. The 21 days that urgently needed to be challenged. She only survived the fourth day. So her grade, also from the beginning of 6.3 points, it dropped to 4.1 points at the amateur level. This African savanna is too scary. After Hillman left, Ryan is left alone to face the remaining 17 days. Beasts are still rampant all round. Although he is an 8-point master, started to worry about my safety. So he started to collect more firewood to keep the campfire burning all night. If there is an open flame in the monsters, I dare not approach. Soon came the fifth day. Although Ryan spent a difficult night alone, but it still looks good. He got up early in the morning and also made a pair of real leather shoes for himself with animal skins. However, in the next few days, Ryan also started to collapse. Not only is alone lonely and can't bear to fall asleep, he haven't eaten for a long time. He can't hold his body in anymore, despite being an 8-point master. But in the face of the threats of all kinds of beasts in the African savanna, no matter how powerful the master is, it seems so fragile and helpless. even though he has worked very hard. Still unable to find a decent source of protein. All kinds of beasts kept besieging the camp at night. So Ryan also began to doubt life. Finally, on the 12th day, by thinking again and again, he decided to give up and contact the show team. Choose to out of the challenge. Finally, his overall score from the Masters 8.1 points to 6.7 points. However, even though Ryan failed to challenge successfully, but for so many days alone, it is enough to prove that Ryan is worthy of an 8-point master. It is just that the South African continent is too bad. He can only choose to save and quit. It's a pity, but it's enough. Okay, that's all. Remember to subscribe if you like. See you next time.